I can't with y'all.
You need to get you some tips, girl.
No, I don't.
They only $2.99.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot. Replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo!
Train, baby. Hey.
You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, the one that's looking all professional and fibby this evening, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Sizzling Simply E. Hey E, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
Good. You're looking like a naughty librarian.
I've been naughty.
Okay, I can't wait to hear all about this. And sitting next to Simply E, we have my other co-host, my other partner in crime. We have Pretty Precious Bonner. Hey, Precious.
Hey, Jay.
How you
Hey,
doing?
everybody. I am outstanding.
Good. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page, our Facebook page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot, and also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Thank you so much, the J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith. We got some new music from Tyson on tonight, so can't wait to hear that. Also, Pit Life and Pit Life Queens, Caprice, Washington. Thank you so much, you all, for your support. Thank you so much, The Antidote. We have, who else? Come on.
The Kickback. Thank you so much, Kickback. Thank you so much, 106.3. Thank you so much, Questions. And also, thank you so much, Urban Grind TV.
I got 180 Real Talk Chicago again, of course, because I like giving them some extra shout outs.
Absolutely.
180 Real Talk out of Houston. Love you guys. 30 and Up Doing Us. Always sharing our stuff for us. I think that's it.
Black Love and Passion and Phenomenal Women. Thank you again. And 40 and oh gosh. That's okay.
They told me that was the first thing to go. I'll let you know in a couple of days.
Power
That's
180.
True.
That's my other one. Power 180.
Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. Now, I want to say happy belated. Y'all know I'm about to go down. No. Valentine's Day.
This is Valentine's Day for the side chicks today.
That's what I say.
Yeah, it's Happy Side Chick Day. Hi, side
Now
chick.
that only for the side chicks?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the dudes? Just
side pieces.
National Side Piece Holiday. National Love Day.
I feel bad for those that found out on the 13th that they were not the one.
They knew.
Do you think
they knew?
You know you're not the one.
You know?
Oh, well, all I know is I'm glad that I knew my status, beforehand on the 12th. I knew that, I would go into Valentine's Day single. So, that's quite all right with me. It was really awesome. But I had a great birth. Oh, my God.
What you do, boo thing?
I was real good. I did a little painting. Shout out, first of all, shout out to my whole family. Let me tell you, shout out to my mother. Shout out to my sister, Larice. It's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Larice. I love you. She's going to be mad, but that's okay. They don't like me doing all this for them. But I love y'all. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Happy birthday. I hung out with Glenn, a public announcement on
I saw those pictures.
Though we had so much fun. Thank you so much. Ooh, Thank you. Hey, Sean. Thank you all so much. Man, you know what? They are so cool. They are so cool. So shout out to Public Announcement. Shout out to Christy Lancaster. Thank you so much for the awesome connections. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It was so fun. That snow, though, was something else.
Girl, I stayed in that house. I looked at that snow. I was like, what we do after we left the show, we went to the concert with Genuine and them, and Genuine said, let all my fans down here. Y'all let all my fans. Avant was upset because the sound system was new at the Wind Trust, place.
Wind Trust.
And so the sound system stopped on Avant, so Avant stormed off the stage. And then he did not come back on.
He didn't, which kind of upset me because he was one of the ones that I actually really, really wanted to see.
Well, that's okay, cool. Because, you know, he was okay. And then I was scouting. See, when you win tickets, you know, you get the bad section, but that's okay because I was thankful to be in the building. So I sat up there with everybody else who got these free tickets, and I scouted the Wind Trust to see where I'm going to sit at because I wasn't going to sit up there in the balcony like that. I was going to sit where I wanted to sit at. So when he said, you know, me and Genuine got a mental connection.
I got you. I love those. Those are the best.
He said, E, come on down. I said, G, I'm down there with you, boo. So we went on down there, and then I told Precious, bet, you see these two seats? We sitting right here because I had already scouted these seats out. So after Genuine took off his clothes and I got up on
Genuine
stage,
didn't take off his clothes.
That's okay. Tank took off his clothes. Yeah, I got up on stage with Tank and rubbed on his body and everything because I rubbed all over his body like this because it was shaved. So I rubbed on it again.
That sounds good.
It was funny. He grabbed his stuff a little bit and I was like, okay, I will rub on that too. And then after, one thing that kind of threw me for a loop was when Genuine went behind Tank and gave him a hug from behind.
Y'all, she has been on this kick all week.
Wait a minute, explain that. He gave him the infamous backhand.
No, he didn't do all that.
He did this.
He just behind him. He didn't put his arm across the front. He did not come across the front.
Man, boobs was out, but he did too.
He did not.
Put his arm like this and was like,
"No,
thank you, G."
No, he didn't.
He was behind. He standing right behind him.
No, he wasn't.
I'm hurt.
You know what? I quit.
He was standing right behind him. So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna post that to the men, black men, white men, you know, whatever you want to call yourself, Puerto Rican men. If your friend, take these glasses off so I can see right. If your friend is, you know, half naked, chest on out,
male
friend, not your female friend, we know about it. And y'all are straight dudes, you know, even the gay dudes. Hey, let's be real. If your friend got his chest all off, shirt all off, and everything, he naked, body glistening and everything from the sweat.
Well, he wasn't glistening. He had on baby powder, so he was kind of dry.
He wasn't dry.
He was dry.
Go up behind, and you want to thank him for whatever he did for you that day. You know, would you go up behind him and give him a man hug from the back? Say like you would hug your female, you would surprise her. So, but you would go hug him from the back and put your arm around his neck and say, thank you so much. I'm just asking the question. So that's the question out there in social media.
Here's the thing, guys. If you do that, just let me watch and let's make sure like both of y'all don't have shirts on because I do want to look.
Somebody's kinky.
I like naked men. I appreciate a naked man.
Mr.
First
Alvin,
and
when
foremost.
You come on over here. I want you.
Second of all, here's the thing. He did not. I didn't feel like it was I want to like molest you at the end of it. Like I didn't feel like that. But again, Tank was naked. And his body looked good, so he can be naked and go wherever he wants.
Fellas, what do you all think? Will you embrace your guy friend, you know, from the back, you know, and
y'all can't say from the back. Y'all
it was
right.
From the back. Okay. It was from the back.
I wasn't there, so I'm just speculating. I'm just
Alvin. Yeah. Your male friend. Hey, Mr. Winfrey.
Hey, huggable, handsome Alvin Ray. How you doing today?
What's happening? What's happening?
We're going to cut the show.
It's smelling good down there. I smell it all the way over here.
Y'all been friends. Y'all been knowing each other for a long time. Many years, you know. Y'all been knowing each other. And so Mr. Winfrey does you a favor, whatever. He's been out playing ball. He got his shirt all off, looking all, you know, fit and everything. You know, got his little taco meat out and everything else. So are you going to give him a hug from the back and say thank you for, you know, good hoops or whatever from the back, or are you going to high five him, or how are you going to?
First of all, high fiving is really gay. Let's just get that established.
There's no such thing
as a man.
Time out. This was the hug. It was like
as a man. No, it wasn't.
It was like that,
baby. We can no. He said that. Mr. Winfrey said we gonna dab.
Well, I'm sure there's some video footage out there. So, but just from the description, what would you do?
there's a 2 feet rule whenever a man is partially dressed. This is one of those guy code things. There's a 2 to 3 feet rule. So there's no confusion or misunderstanding when a guy is partially dressed, unless you are on a basketball.
They play basketball together.
Yes. No.
At the time of the exchange, if you're not
Y'all
on
are
a
petty.
basketball field or a summer football program.
This was not a summer football program.
If he had got sweaty,
But
it
this
would have
was-
been good.
But if y'all are at a summer football program and he's half naked and you a little half naked, are you gonna go behind him still? Shh.
So basically, what you're saying is it's
I quit.
unacceptable.
Inside of a situation where you are behind a person, there's also an unwritten rule that is guy code, that there's a certain level of formation, kind of like the V or pyramid formation, where you never stand directly behind another gentleman.
No. Yes.
So that would not happen. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I
but
know.
if there was some type of hug or embrace and he was counter corner to
You weren't down the corner.
the other gentleman,
Maybe they was just so wrapped up and they were so excited
That
that
also
Valentine's
could-
Day
that
was,
also
you know,
could
and
happen.
they
So
like
your
rock.
excitement, like you all have once you play basketball, you and your boy have one game. Your shirt on, he's the shirt off team or whatever, but you won or whatever. Do you all go up behind each other and you hug the half naked man?
First
that's
of
your
all,
boy?
I need to learn how to play basketball
That's your boy.
so that I can get some of these
You
naked
hug the
sweaty
half
hugs.
Because I
man.
could have definitely used one of
I mean,
those.
I would have
I'm
hugged
saying
Yes,
I
I'm
can do a
asking
naked
from a
sweaty
man.
guy hug.
I was calling everybody last night. All y'all was busy.
You didn't call me.
Everybody
I was
was
in the
busy.
I didn't
My
get a
phone on
phone
do
call
not- Mine was
either.
on do not disturb, so
So this is so.
So how was y'all Valentine's Day?
it was
I went to see
decent.
a play. It was cool. I saw the play. It was very interesting. Penis monologues. Just penises running all over the stage. No, it was penis monologues. Messiah Equinox play about 4 men who go through their own things in life. One is married. One was engaged. He got married. The other one, he was an insecure penis, the white boy. And the other one was insecure. Oh, he was a little dirty penis because he liked to give his winky wink all everywhere, and he had HIV because he was
Oh,
dirty
wow.
penis.
Oh no.
But
Oh,
it
wow.
was the reason behind he was so promiscuous because he had been molested as a child and everything and raped and stuff as a child. So sex was forced on him at a young age and he never got help for any of that. So he became a hoe. And that's basically
a dirty
penis.
That makes sense.
And it was really, but the play, that was the 3rd series of the play. It was really, really good. Kudos out to Messiah and everybody who was the whole cast and everything. It was great play.
Now I don't know why I want to ask how was your Thanksgiving? I mean, because listen, you all, I've been eating so much. I'm so sick of food, so it's just not
There's
even
no
funny.
such
So
thing as
I
being
was
sick
I was
of
gonna
food.
bring some stuff.
right for my
But-
birthday, I mean, I'm still accepting birthday gifts and congratulations and all that whatnot. I'm accepting those things.
Start
So
with a
you
D
know,
and end it with a
I'm just
K.
Mr. Winfrey, you ain't gotta look like that. I'm still accepting it the whole month of February.
I'll give you my work
Hello?
address if you're gonna
And,
bring me
you know,
tacos.
Maybe some of March as well, because that's when I gave birth in March. So I'll be celebrating February and March for anybody that cares. Just, hit me up. But yeah, as far as food wise, I've eaten so much. I'm just like, okay, I don't know how I can't do it, but I've been thinking about Thanksgiving all day. So when I'm saying happy Valentine's Day, I'm really thinking of Thanksgiving. But anyways, how was your Valentine's Day, Alvin? I know you were telling us that you called us all, but I didn't get your call. But okay.
Quiet.
You were supposed to bomb somebody else's Valentine's.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got wind of it and changed locations of their festivities. But
So you know what? A lot of people were making a big deal out of Valentine's Day. Now I have to put this lady on blast. It's not that serious to send your own self flowers to the job. You all, she pulled it, and she pulled it around the wrong one because see, I saw it with my own eyes when she, oh my God, when she came from the front desk with the bouquet of roses and she's looking, I said, sweetheart, Listen, ain't nobody see. I said, see, you know what? You need to quit playing. I'm looking at you. I say, I know if I ain't got no flowers, I know good doggone well you done went up and into that profile and done called and hit. No,
I have seen it. Trust, I have seen it to where, and I used to be
her expression was like, oh, flowers. Chick, you know you sent them flowers. No, this girl sent those flowers to her. She sent them to herself. Now, it was a lot of deliveries, but that one I was able to pinpoint just from her reaction. She was just too shocked. I ain't never heard you mention anybody. Now, all of a sudden, you got flowers at the...
I've had that done where I've not mentioned nobody.
She's annoying. Nobody sent her those flowers. Trust me, she sent those to herself.
And I've had someone send me balloons and stuff, and I was like, and I knew I didn't have nobody, so I was like, where did this come from?
See, I didn't get flowers, which was low-key disappointing, but I got food, so it's fine.
Well, I got food too, and that was really cool. First, shout out. See, I keep telling my son, I'm so glad that I did not take that birth control pill, because if I did, I wouldn't have my son. So I'm really shout out to missing a dose. You know what I'm saying? It could come in handy one of these days. It came in handy for me. So he has
flowers from food from your son on Valentine's Day don't count.
Yeah, because it was my birthday. Like he's been treating me like the last few days, and I'm like, I'm really proud of myself because I'm in a good place this year, because last year, before he graduated from high school, I just knew that I was going to need a drug to drip 24 hours from my vein, in my vein, because I wasn't going to be able to deal with the fact that, he's grown and he's like out on his own. He's doing the grown man thing. But you know what? I did have to kind of tell him, he's like, nah, you looking at the wrong side of the menu. I need you to stay over here. I say, what? Wow. He was like,
looking at the $50 more price. No,
right. He's like,
the $15.99.
Like, oh no, Mom, I see where you going already. I'm gonna need you. I got a battle on books from my. I was like, you know what? First of all, how you gonna tell me? He was like, Mom, everything real out here. I'm a full-time student. Shut up. See, that ain't real. So
he a full-time.
But I was excited because I'm like, he's really responsible and becoming a young man. But you say those rules for the chicks that you taking out. Your mama gonna. I didn't say that when I had 5 more pushes to come, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna look on this side of the menu. I'm not even gonna push because he ready to come. If I didn't held that in,
I should have.
Where would you be?
Girl, if I'd have just went to sleep that night, I'd have just been fine. I'd have my figure. I was a sexy little something. If I wouldn't have went to sleep, but I woke up talking myself, I'm pregnant. How'd that happen?
Oh wow,
that's my story.
My ex-husband says I molested him, but
oh wow.
Yeah, he says I molested him, and I tell him you're not that fortunate, but it's cute.
I can believe it though.
What about you, Alvin? When you found out that your girl was pregnant, how did you feel? You like whichever time, like I said, I didn't take the pill.
Well, okay.
Like that.
You felt just like you looking right now.
Well, I was taken advantage of with my oldest.
See what I'm saying? Like this is that foolishness.
No, I'm not.
You know what? Here's the thing.
I promise you.
Men who say silliness like this are the reason that women don't believe, people in society don't believe that men can get raped.
No, it was that wasn't the case. That part wasn't the case. I was slipped a hello. Okay.
What happened? You slipped a what?
He slipped a Mickey.
No, I was. No, I was slipped a hot condom. It was,
the female condom.
When women, hit a plug in them.
Oh, when they put the hole in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
with the needle when they stick the hole in the condom pad.
Let me stop. That is my belief.
I'm confused. What is that?
That is my belief.
No. You ain't never heard of that?
No.
Sticking a hole in the condom?
Girl, bye.
What?
I'm like, wait a minute. Come on now. You done
heard of it. I just think it's really sad.
Yeah, that's how I ain't got here. I swear, it's so funny that I can confess my sins now. Because Naima would be like, Mom, you don't want to cut the bottom out the condom, so. Right?
See?
When we was, getting ready to make Naeem, the oldest one, we was like, because he worked my nerves. So I was like, okay, you know, fine, we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna use the condom. I said, bet, let's use the female condoms. He was like, okay, cool. I took the whole bottom and I cut that whole bottom out of the female condom. And then you got to stick that inside of you because it's a female condom. It looked like a long.
I never used one of those.
It's the best orgasm, but the strangest contraption. So we put it up in there. We had sex. Voila. So then the next week he was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and have a baby. And I was like, I'm already pregnant.
You ain't know.
Okay,
Well, see,
sure.
He should be able to sue you for damage.
I mean, I'm damaged. Do you know my son came out laughing? Do you know he took the
because he was in on the joint.
he took the taco meat.
He was in on the whole
I
joint.
can't.
He was like, I was like, now I ain't gonna make some tacos. Okay, mom, sure, no problem. Go up in there, sit down, taco meat right there on the counter. Okay, mom. He goes in the freezer, pulls out the taco meat, puts it in the pan. I'm like, now it's time for you to add seasoning because I don't know he pulled the stuff out the freezer. My daughter's like, Mom, go in the kitchen. She's like, Mom, go in the kitchen. I'll go in the kitchen. The taco is still in the plastic, cooking on top of the stove in the pan. Naeem was like, Mom, you didn't tell me to take out the plastic.
Oh yeah, see, that's what happens when
That's
you
what
play.
you get.
That's what happens
That's
when
what
you
you
play
get.
around with nature. You just gotta let everything just
let
take
it
its course.
be.
Now I was, like I said, I had a whole trunk full of birth control. My mother's like, I don't understand how, and I just don't. So here it is. Umpteen years later, here we are. So, but you trust me, after that delivered that one time, sugar,
that
you
was
got me
enough.
once.
You know what's
And
funny?
I was good to go. I'm like, I ain't good for this.
Like after my daughter, me and my husband, like we never used condoms ever after seriously. And it still took a year and a half before I got pregnant with our son. And we did it regularly.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going after that. I'm like, it was so much pain. I'm just like, that was the worst. And he was a little baby. He was only 5 pounds and 3 ounces. So I'm like, I felt like I sneezed them out. But after going through all that, no drugs, I'm like,
No.
I'm good.
Childbirth is like you would rather get hit by a train.
You know what? That's not true. I would rather be in labor than to be pregnant. Like I hated being pregnant. I did so freaking miserable. I was so
It's always different for
uncomfortable.
women.
I couldn't stand it.
It's always different for women. Some women
I'm
have
good.
good or bad pregnancies, and some women have good or bad childbirth.
The pregnancy with the twins, that was a bad pregnancy. The labor was like, oh wow, it was different because it was no pain as far as contractions and stuff. But my first 3, now the pregnancies were great. I had no problems. The labor, I'd rather get hit by a train. I'd rather have somebody just rip my body apart. It was that much pain. I just rather.
Well, I'm good. I'm good on all of them. But
Yeah.
we're gonna take a short musical break, and when we return, we're gonna talk about what would you do if your mother-in-law didn't like you, or you were dating someone that your mother, the mother just did
I
not
actually
like.
had that issue, so it's fine.
You're listening to the J Spot. We are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
You and me.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
We can be something so sexy. Sexy. How about me and you? You and me, ooh wee. We can be something so sexy. Sexy. Wake up to your sleepy face, girl, you can't do no wrong. Every time I see you, hear that Drew Hill beauty song. Yeah, hair everywhere, no makeup, still I see the same. Girl, I like you with that sauce, but I'll take you plain. See, it's the way the Father made you, just the way I like it, yeah. From your head down to your toes, just the way I like it, yeah. I'm a lion, but I'm meek when it's me and you. Ain't no roaring, showing teeth when it's me and you. No need, baby. I can lay back and look at that like, whoa. Relax my nerves, let go. Enjoy the view, got me daydreaming like I'm staring out the window. Yeah, them curves, yeah, that's cola. You so cold, call you polar. Later on, we light it up, girl. You my solar. Yeah. You're so sexy, so sexy. You're so sexy. Oh yes. How about me and you and me, ooh wee. We can be something so sexy, sexy. How about me and you and me, ooh, we can be something so sexy, sexy. Tonight you just lay back and let me operate, relax. Prep that body, baby, let me demonstrate, yeah. Take off them biggest secrets with the tip of my teeth. I creep it all the way down your hips, your feet, they hit the flow, now leave. Right, just relax, receive it. Satisfaction will achieve it. Girl, you best believe it. Hot oil waxing on your body, got it glistening. Fulfilling your every need, yeah, I'll be listening. Off to them areolas, topped off with them sensitives. Yeah, kiss them lips, work my way down, sing your body chills. Connection is magnetic, girl, you stuck cause you gon' get it. Yeah, them sex faces, come on, ecstasy, girl, we gon' feel it. Every time I see your face, I wanna feel your warm embrace. You're so sexy, sexy. How about me and you and me, ooh, we can be something so sexy, yeah, sexy. How about me and you and me, ooh, we can be something so sexy, sexy, sexy. You're so sexy. You're so sexy. You're so sexy.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. That right there, you were just listening to MC Brain's single, Sexy. Oh, I like that song. Take some, he said, Vicky's off. Okay, well, we're going to talk about that. Okay. Well, anyways, but please go to our page and follow us on Twitter at JSpot. Also, like our page on Facebook at the J Spot, and also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Thank you so much, the J Spot. Thank you so much, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith. Thank you so much, Pit Life and Pit Life Queens, Caprice, and that whole team over there. Thank you, the real MVP.
Head, boy,
I haven't heard from Kevin Terrell, but hey, Kevin Terrell.
Kevin been doing his thing. He's been doing it more so on his page. He's been
on his page.
And then some of these groups. I know about you and that beer gang group. I know you ain't too quiet, Kevin.
He up in there showing out,
acting a fool. I be watching y'all. I be low key watching y'all. That sinful group and stuff. I be watching you.
Oh yeah, no. You know, when people add me to I'm like, I'm trying to do right, and y'all putting me up. I be like,
she ain't trying to do right.
I go and I look.
Right.
I don't comment. I just lurk like most people do. I go a little bit.
Right. I'm just like some of the stuff.
I lurk.
I'm like,
they both sell a little bit.
I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like,
some of the stuff does get racy in some of those groups, and I be like, you stop going to them. They trying to love it too much.
They done ran on me.
I just see too many chicks.
Too many chicks. Oh, snap. Come on, tell us a bunch of chicks you talk to.
They start commenting on stuff people do.
Oh my goodness.
They was like, that's one thing I probably wouldn't do. If I would just look around. I would just browse around, but I don't think I would comment.
I comment on certain things on what I am comfortable with commenting on, because if I'm in that group, I'm gonna be active and stuff, but I'm not going to answer or comment on all those little perverted questions, or when the last time you done did something, or would you do this and that. That ain't none of y'all's business,
right? Because my thing is, like, when you ask Like, don't ask me when was the last time my bedroom business is my bedroom business. What I do or don't do, you don't need to know. The person that I'm with need to know what I do and what I don't do. All the rest of that ain't for the whole wide world to hear. That's just my opinion. You can
see and here's the
whatever you want
me,
to,
like,
but I ain't telling you all that. You don't need to know that.
You know what? On the things that I do comment on. Really?
Yeah.
Right. On the things that I do comment on, I don't comment on everything, like I'll heart it or, stuff like that. But the things that I do choose to comment on, I comment truthfully. So
right.
I just don't, that's just how I am though. But you can't ask me certain things and expect a legitimate answer. But that's just me. But I post stuff because I want to know all y'all business.
Like what it's just some questions that are just too intimate. Like I'm like, what you need to mess around. I'm going to get my coffee and I'll turn around. I'm like,
start choking and stuff because they ask
or
that.
or they pop up out of bush or something, because I'm so it's just certain things. So I would say just be mindful of the information that you share of a sexual nature.
No, don't be mindful of. Go ahead and share.
Keep sharing it because I want to read it. I need to
get down in the gutter and let us know every which way you take the D or give the coup de coup.
Right.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch. I might take some notes.
I want to learn some tricks, like real life.
You can really do that. You can do that with a broke chest. Bad. Let me try to see it. Will it break some more though? I don't want to place it upon it. It may break some more.
Really?
Let me just see how that works.
Wait, and see now that will go into now. What if a dude that you date now he introduces you to his mother, and she's in the group and she done see you. So you don't know she in the group, but she in the group. She done checked out your comments and you just telling her you dancing from chandeliers and all kinds of stuff. I'm with friends with benefits, all kinds. You just telling her all this, and so now. Some while ago, you and her son hook up and, he bring you home to meet his mother. And she like, so you wondering why she judging you and she don't like
you was in that group too.
Right.
Shoot, we was both in the same group together. Hey. I need to tell your man what you do.
You are old. Experienced garden tool. So what you gonna do? Right.
So would you proceed in a relationship in which the mother did not like you?
Yes, I married one.
I did too. So I ain't like her either though. So.
What about you, Alvin?
I stay on the side of clueless. If you don't like me, I don't know nothing about it.
Unless you
blatantly come to me about it, I pays no attention.
Right, but so now some of these people are just like they refuse to acknowledge you. Like I've been in the presence of some people, and that's why I say I couldn't do that second wife, that I can't do that whole ordeal because some people are messy. Like they will, intentionally not address you or would intentionally bring up the ex. Like, Shatanda, I love the way she made her potato salad. I don't really too much care for, all that paprika in my potato.
I think women deal with that more than the men would.
Mine did that. My ex-mother-in-law, she had pulled that routine. But then when I saw, the ex, I thought it was hilarious because she literally looked like a gorilla. And I was like, what possessed? You must have been on some drugs that have gotten up with this chick. I mean, she literally looked like a gorilla, like literally. And I was just like, and he was like, you better not say nothing. I'm like, why would you get with her? I said, you must have been really going through some hard times to have gotten with her, or you must have really been in love. It was one of the two. Either she was a great, great friend, or y'all was just in love deeply, or you was going through some hard times because she looked like you wanted to pass her a couple of bananas.
See, now, luckily, I've never had a mom that don't like me. So I've never met a mom that did not like me. However, I have seen how nasty they can be towards people that,
Wait. You ain't had no mama that don't, what about that dude you left for that order?
Yeah, well, that was before, that was beforehand, now, I mean, I'm not around them now, so I don't know what the feeling is, but at the time,
voodoo doll for you.
You know what, I like I said,
at the time,
when I was married, like, I didn't like his mama, and she didn't like me, and that was fine, because she stayed away from me, and I stayed away from her, but I think going forward, I don't think I would be with somebody whose mama I didn't like. Like, I don't care if she likes me or not. Because I know me. You gonna like me or you gonna need me. One or the other. You either gonna like me or you gonna need me. You gonna be humble.
What if neither?
So what's the change for? Why would it be different this time around?
Because I need a babysitter. Jesus. And I need somebody who know how to cook.
God, what if she don't know how to cook?
Then I ain't gonna marry her son. What you mean?
Golly. Y'all
Oh,
I
well.
kid.
help Precious, please, y'all.
Please
Help her.
do. But
her.
yeah, I've always like me and moms, we click. Like I love some mothers, but that can be a bad thing too, because it's like, okay, well, when the relationship is over, like me personally, when the relationship it's over, I kind of want my whole family. I'm
Back
taking back
here.
all my family and my friends, and
That's
you
some
keep your little
pain.
stanky little family
No.
and your.
No, because when you break up, you do not have exes. You have wives or strangers. I don't know you. Don't claim me. What for?
And I don't want you to be
Die.
friends
I
with
know.
my family.
I've been invited to family reunions again. I have friends that me and the ex we're now just friends, and me and his mother go shopping and stuff.
And that's why I like to sever those ties, because I want my family back and you have your family and your people
I want
back.
my family back, but I still want your family that I like.
Alvin, so you and your ex, y'all divorced, whatever. Are you and your ex mother-in-law, are y'all still in a great place, and do you go visit her and see her from time to time and stuff?
For the record, because I have
You have children by her.
gotten issues, but it's not an issue for me, but it always comes back to me, people complaining that I've been married at some point in time. I've never been married.
Oh, never been married.
thinking,
What? How you gonna
years
send
you've been
Alvin
married.
down the aisle?
I thought he was married.
No, I have no problem with it, but it comes back through different factions.
Yeah, they're gonna be
So
inboxing
you've been
him.
married before, and I'm
You
like,
lied.
okay,
Have his tires
He done
slashed
cleared it up
because
now.
some
Like,
key
I ain't
fan.
never took nobody down that aisle.
What's
So-
really what's,
so
go
no,
ahead.
but I'm
You still looking to be
practically any woman I've ever been in a relationship with, I'm still cool with today.
married? What about their mother?
Their mothers, at the least, they've been cordial to me. What I was going to say was, I think with most men, unless the mother looks down on you or doesn't respect you as an individual, maybe they think you're leeching off their daughters or beneath their daughter. In most cases that I've always seen, the mother will always be cordial to you, at least.
Now, what if it's
If
a
they
mother
don't
with
love
just a flat out? She has a mama's boy, because see, now that's a whole different type of mother to deal with.
That's a difference between men and women. For guys, it's different. A mother is
don't
always
like
going
nobody.
to want to protect their son. So I think they'll question a woman more so than a mother questioning a guy coming into their daughter's situation.
See, I think I would do both. Like, I don't know. I need help for both issues. I know with my son, I be looking at these chicks with a fine tooth
Ain't none of
comb.
them good enough.
But I felt like if I had a daughter, then I would just be worried that she would be like me. But my son is a male version of me, so I can't really wrap. That's gonna be some scary stuff to deal with, because I know all the stuff, popping out of bushes and all that. But thankfully, he's a little bit more. He's laid back. So he's one of them, don't push me and I'm good. But when you push, and that's the part I'm just like,
I just hope my son
kinda,
stays exactly like he is.
He won't.
Because I hope
won't.
so.
No.
But he's so
I-
blunt right now. Like, if you be like, "Oh, do you like me?" He'd be like, "No," and he walk on. And my daughter,
all
she's
that's
so
gonna change.
I know.
that's gonna
I
let him
hope, but
turn
you know what?
13, 12,
I try to
13.
keep him knowing that he can say exactly what he thinks and that it's okay. And if they don't like it,
be single, don't you?
no, I don't want him. Let me tell you something. When it come to my children,
Be single, so he
I
ain't
don't
worry
care.
about no madness.
I'll buy him a girl, like whatever. I'll buy
gonna
her,
see
let her
that?
sign a
She's selling
contract.
a bit.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
she'll
sell a
sign a
bit.
contract, give me some grandkids, and we'll kill her. Like, I ain't got time for all that foolishness. Like, I don't need you after I get grandkids when I'm ready for them.
I don't
like,
know her, FBI. If y'all look,
I don't.
I'm
don't
just
even
saying,
know her.
like,
Furthermore, feeding into my point,
like, I don't care.
the way women view their sons versus the way women view their daughters are very different. Especially, we're still coming from an archaic age of when women catered to their sons,
And see, and
they train their daughters up to cater to their husbands.
No, my daughter aim is just as good as mine, so I don't worry about her that much.
see, my thing is, I strive to, because I know what I don't like in a man as being a mama's boy. So I strive not to to do that, with my son. Like I never raised him to think that he's the head of the house and all this and that, but it's just certain things that now that as being a young man that instinctively he does as a man, like, okay, you feel it's my job to protect me. Like when I'm in, I may be somewhere trying to get my coffee and it ain't right, he, come on, see, because this ain't gonna end well for you at all, see, because he's like, Mom, do you always have
act
to
the fool?
So, we've had some of those conversations. So that's something that I think that just instinctively happens as a man, but just as a general rule of thumb, I do my best to mind my business and keep my opinions to myself. But what I do, like if it's something going on that I don't like, I'll call his godfather and, I'll kind of try to get in cahoots with him. But now he's already done told me stop calling him because, I can't be trying to step in and try to rearrange and fix stuff. So, I've kind of tried to, lay back on that. But that brings me to what we talked about last week. We were talking about bad relationships.
Baby, we got to put these specs on for this crap.
Now, what is a bad relationship? Now, according to an online source, a bad relationship is a relationship that just sucks the life, energy, and happiness
and not
out of a person.
You wanted to be sucked either.
It just sucks it. Just gone. Like you wake up, it's Thursday.
All relationships are bad.
What?
Right here, see.
Why do you say that?
Don't trust a dude that's over 6 feet.
Why are our relationships bad?
My dad's over 6 feet.
Oh, your
Why are our relationships bad? Because I know your inbox about to be blowing up just for saying that.
Our relationships are bad.
Why?
No, they're not.
I agree with you.
All I'm gonna say is, so we can move this along, is Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
And that ain't the first
All
time.
relationships are bad.
She probably was cheating on him with Kelly. I mean, let's be real.
Okay.
No, why does everybody have to be
what
gay?
It is I'm saying.
Everybody's not gay.
So since Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, that means that all relationships are bad.
It just speaks to the fact that all relationships are bad.
But what does that have to do with
all relationships have bad parts in them?
But what does that have to do with?
I'll give you that, but not all relationships are bad.
The only thing that will allow you to constitute a relationship as being good is the people after their bad period deciding to stay together to work through it. That's it.
So are you saying that at some point in relationships, everybody will cheat? Most relationships deal with
it's not so much that they'll
infidelity.
Cheat. It's not so much that they'll cheat. That's the easiest thing to happen inside of a relationship. But there's going to be issues.
Okay, I have a question.
And you're going to have to deal with those issues or not. All relationships are bad.
A truth or dare. No, not a truth or dare, just the truth. Okay. Out of the four of us on this table, hey, now we can do that now. It be some after dark for real, be the J spot for real.
Oh, yes.
Have you, show of hands, have anybody at this table cheated in their relationships that they've been in?
I've never cheated.
Define cheated.
Cheating, kissing somebody, having wet dreams about someone else that's not your mate.
So let me say,
no. It's a yes or no question. If you accidentally fell on the winky, you slipped up in the monkey do. Let's be real. That's cheating. I have cheated. So
I cheated, but I cheated so he'd break up with me.
So that you cheated,
but I had a reason. It's not like I was like, oh my gosh.
Regardless,
yeah, it is because he kept crying every time I tried to break up with him.
Of your reason, it was a yes or no question,
and it made me cry.
Know, right?
She's
never cheated. Just a faithful one, y'all. Keep her. She
hold on.
Yes, that's what
she cheated. Have you cheated before?
Because I'm under the act, and it is possible for me to.
No, don't be incorrect.
No.
Have you cheated before?
No.
Well, I've cheated a couple
My
times.
cheat doesn't count.
It does count.
No. In full disclosure,
I've never cheated.
No, full disclosure. My cheat, the guy kept crying every time I tried to break up with him. And like he was too sensitive. So I figured if I cheated, the guy would be a big baby, which he was, because I was only going to do it once. And he got mad. And he was like, no, we're going to do it again or I'm going to tell. I was like, well, go tell. So he went and told. And so the guy was really mad and he cried and he was like, you know what? I hate you. You're such a... And then he broke up with me. He is, actually.
Now, she's talking about you, right?
Oh, he knows.
We've yourself.
No, we've had this conversation.
Those out there in social media world that are following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Have you cheated?
Yeah, I've never
Have you ever
cheated.
cheated?
I've never.
I don't count that, so I say
I
no.
can definitely
cheat,
say that.
Was
I've
it
never
worth?
cheated.
Was the cheat worth it? Was it a
Yes.
great cheat?
No, but it accomplished my goal, which was to get him to break up.
So now, what are
So
some
maybe-
signs that a relationship is bad? What are some signs?
It's time to cheat. Like when you contemplating, you know what? I don't want to leave him, but I need to go ahead and dip out on something because I've dipped out a couple of times, you know. But now I'm a big girl now. I'm not gonna dip out on you. I'm just gonna dump you and call it a day.
What about you, Alvin? What are some signs that a relationship is bad? It's just getting to the point where we're like, okay, listen, this
The
just ain't-
relationship itself. All relationships are bad, but to go in depth to your point, when the communication diminishes, when you're spending less time together, when there's no level of respect, abuse, physical and mental, bad cooking,
I agree.
Bad-
I agree. Yes, bad cooking.
weight change.
Weight change.
Don't make me come over there.
No, these are issues with relationships.
Well, guess what?
First of all, you don't have to come over here. Anybody that knows me knows I'm the big chick magnet.
Okay, then.
I love women small. I love women tall. I love them wide.
But
I'm not too particular about boy body chicks, but you know they out there, and I'm pretty sure.
Now
someone
here are
loves
some
them.
signs here are Jay's signs that the relationship might be bad. Okay, the relationship is stuck. Y'all are just going through the motions
Thank
just
you.
to say that you're in a relationship. So
Yeah.
y'all still just there. You playing her, she using you, you stuck. You don't like your people, first of all, don't like him or her. Now, this is outside of just your mama. Your whole family got some issues with the person that you're involved with. Not saying that that's always accurate, but if more than one person has an issue, especially if it's the same issue, you may want to check into that. It could be some validity to what it is that they're saying. So I'm not saying that they're right. I'm just saying you may want to check into it because everybody's not gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. Y'all don't respect each other, like Alvin was saying. Y'all don't respect each other anymore. You calling her name, she cussing you out. That stuff, especially in public.
oh yeah.
Oh my God! I feel like that's the worst thing
Y'all
to
should
do.
just break up.
Is to cuss each other out or just just do the clown in public.
You act the fool with me in public, I'm gonna record you and show it to your mama. I
It's-
promise
it's-
I am.
I've
I
seen
promise I
women
am.
cuss
Don't tell my
men
mama.
out, and I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, if this is, and clearly it wasn't the first time.
No, because he's used to it, and he just don't want to act a fool. Because if he act a fool in public with her, the cops are going to be called. He's going to be blamed as being at fault or whatever, though he may have not started it, whatever. And now he's going to be the one who's in the wrong. So
Now, according to an online source, here are 5 signs that the relationship may be bad. They're controlling. Your partner they want to control who you see, what you do, what you wear. You can't wear this, that's too revealing, it's too tight. What time you coming home, Tyrone? You always hanging out with all that.
Every
Ain't
time
nobody got
she
time
does
for-
the voice, it kills me.
She
Like, I
sets me
swear
back.
it kills me.
There's constant arguing. Y'all don't talk no more. Y'all just yelling at each other, just constantly just arguing. You wake up, arguing, hate each other guts, go to bed. Who have time to live? Like I personally can't live like that.
I'm not gonna.
I'm
argue.
not gonna even tolerate it. Somebody is always unhappy. Like every day, it's like the issue just drags on. We can never get that thing right. And then,
Everyone experiences unhappiness in relationships.
but every day, like you want to put some rat poison in his food every single day. Like you shouldn't feel, at least we should have some good days.
See, I have a
If we
short
don't, I
attention
don't.
span. So, like, if
There's
I have a
always
day
time
when
for
I feel
sex.
like that's true.
no, but
But-
even
But
though
if
the sex
when
is
it's
great,
bad, you don't.
if the sex is great, I mean, and I've been in that relationship before. Sex is just, awesome, but we don't have any type of communication. I'm awkward feeling, you're awkward feeling, whatever. What's the point?
I agree.
Let's just sit down and call it a day and just
Let's just
it's
get
over
home
with.
and then not talk.
Well, if I don't like you though, I don't want to have sex with you. Like my attraction level diminishes.
Girls, shoot.
You know what? I
I'm
will
one
say
of those
this.
people. Like if I'm mad at you, don't touch me.
You know what? I get to that point, and so then I'll just be like, you know what? I'm good. Don't even.
Right,
bother.
because I haven't gotten past the fight that we had. So until we work past this issue, I don't know what to tell you. So
I don't stay angry at people, so I make up very quickly.
You not like that?
No, Edge's just gonna bust
I'm
it
trying
open.
to get it together.
That's why her butt's so big. She just busted
No,
open.
I'm not busting that open. That's no.
I don't know. Like, how do you move? You on Facebook? Tell me, how do you move past that? Like when you're angry with somebody, especially when the relationship is bad. So this is beyond a normal spat. Like this is something continuous. I don't want you touching me.
If the relationship is bad, why are you even with them?
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, but again, y'all know me. Like my do not disturb and my block mode is full. So
maybe you're with them because y'all, you really like this person or whatever. And
or you're not able to leave. There's financial reasons that people cannot leave. People stay in bad relationships all the time, and it's not. And to me, it only makes things worse because you stay and it's already technically the relationship is over, but maybe financial reasons, or some people decide to stay for the kids, whatever the reason is.
What's the proper way to relationship?
Who?
What's the proper way to relationship?
And we're gonna talk.
How do you know your relationship is functioning well? How do you know it's going bad? When do you know to get in and out?
And that's what we're talking about. That's our topic tonight: relationship expectations. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we getting into it, y'all. Relationship expectations.
Yes.
What do you expect from your relationship?
Yes, something tonight. Somebody give me some, please. Please. I'm selling
you
a bit.
expecting food?
No.
Faithfulness?
No. So I'm past all that in my stage.
Straight from the beginning. We winning. Pulling up in every city. Stop talking, we did it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning. We winning. We winning. I get it. Day and night I go get it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning. A few losses becoming the king. God bless all the things I done seen. Suspects for murder and robbery right here on side of me, rolling the green. We all had a dream. Flip old schools, buy a house, look like a whole school. All depends if you had OGs or old fools. Big rich for bold moves, they laughed at it. Now they try to take a stab at it. They said it wouldn't last at it. Now they see promoters throw a bag at them. Rock bottom, bring the top bottom. They forgot bottom, said a lot bottom. He was not bothered, he just got hotter, and he now got a paying top dollar. Catching flights like every night. My girl scared, but the kids fed. Have matches to a real big, cause I got a hustle and a skill set. Even when it ain't seem good, ain't see the problem, I seen through it. I trust God cause I seen him do it, not cause it got a nice ring. Pay attention, started as a vision, came an addiction. Nothing in the kitchen, facing an eviction. Later acquisition, every day she tripping. I done quit my job, I was on a mission. Them little checks I was getting barely bought the bucket that I was whipping. Man, I need a ticket, so when I pull up, they know that we winning. Saw it straight from the beginning. We winning. Pulling up in every city. Stop talking, we did it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning. I get it. Day and night I go get it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning. Bedroom by that big in my old house. I'm the one that you been told about. Used to roll it up and they roll out. Now I'm in the city, bring it home. Now started off in the slums. I still let my mixtape getting crumbs at the corner store right with the bums. Lord God, look how far we come. I cut a couple off. You never find nobody. You ain't a boss. I made room for a win every time I lost. Now I'm in Atlanta standing on this rooftop. In Memphis eating at the Blue Spot. They thought I'd be stranded on Prescott. Getting pressed now. Damn pressed now. God had plans bigger than I could see. I was just trying to eat. I'm just trying to get mama away from the rats and roses. Maybe right around the competitive forces, but I wasn't ready. Now my head set it. Now my team heavy. Now I ain't the direction that we headed there. Before it was seen, we said it. We winning. Saw it straight from the beginning. We winning. Pulling up in every city. Stop talking and did it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning. We winning. I get it. Day and night I go get it. Remember they ain't wanna listen. Now they gotta pay attention. Young on a mission. We winning.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Sizzling Simply E. Hey, E.
Hey, boo.
How's it going?
Lonely.
Oh, no.
It's lonely.
Now, right next to Sizzling Simply E, we have my other co-host, my other partner in crime. We have Pretty Precious Bonner. Hey, Precious.
Hey, Jay. I'm not speaking to E because she said I had a boy body.
How's it going? She said you had a what?
She said I had a boy body.
Home.
No. I don't know.
Who
You
is
got to
E?
ask the guys.
It's
That
not E.
person.
It's not E.
It's
Ed.
not Edra,
It's
that's
Ed.
for sure. It's Edra. I mean,
It's
that's
Ed.
my dad.
Well, next to
It's not
Pretty
E.
Precious
It's
Bonner, I don't know what they got going on right here, but we have my other co-host. We got Alvin. Now, listen, the three of us, we are known as Three the Hard Way. Now we have Alvin, huggable, handsome Alvin Lay here
And he smells good today.
to handle up. He's supposed to handle and try to keep us under control and keep everything situated.
He
I don't
can
know
handle
if he's
all
gonna
right.
be doing
Furthermore,
all that
proving
today.
all relationships are bad.
We got a call.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what button.
Go ahead, Alvin. All relationships are bad.
No, you said I was supposed to keep y'all wrangled.
Right. You try to keep us
Proving that all
together,
relationships
but
are
you know, sometimes it works, sometimes
whatever.
no. I'm
You
getting my
watch,
life
you take
right.
notes.
I'll take notes because I'm not participating.
I don't know nothing about it.
What happened?
I don't know nothing about it. Now, next to handsome, huggable Alvin Lay, we have our guest tonight. We have DJ Kenny G. How you doing, DJ Kenny G?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Do me a favor, tell everyone about yourself and how they can get in contact with you.
Wow. Where do I start? Well, I don't have a website, but you can reach me at 773-896-8491. My email is kennyg2864 at gmail.com. You'll find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well as Kenny DJG Gardner. I also have a fans page, Kenny G's fan page, and I'm also on Instagram. Any one of those three, you'll find my information, and that way you can contact me.
Okay. And are you available for people to book you for parties? Or
I'm available for anything from church to corporate to fundraising to anything and everything.
Yeah, I can see you being up there in the church with the deacons and stuff, like sitting on that deacon board. I can definitely see that. Like,
Yeah, I've done some of
definitely
that.
can see you doing that. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have a special guest on the phone. Caller, please announce yourself.
What's up? Real Deuce in the building.
Hey, Il Deuce, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all feeling?
Good. We just got through listening to Il Deuce's song "Winning" just now from this break. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight. Il Deuce, first let's start off. Where are you from?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Whoop, whoop. Baton Rouge, you know, it took me like a month to be able to say Baton Rouge, Louisiana without getting tongue-tied for whatever reason. Have no idea why, but I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now, tell me about the project. What you got going on?
So we pushing the single right now. We had a project that's on the way. It's called The Grind of a Lifetime, or The Goal. And that's going to be coming out this spring. So we just got the whole campaign going. We're pushing the single. We got some videos that's going to be getting released. I'm putting out a lot of freestyles. We're just putting out a lot of content right now to keep everything in motion.
Now, how long have you been rapping?
I've been in this for a minute, man. I've been in this for over a decade. I've been doing it for a while. Started in Baton Rouge, and now I'm in Atlanta.
Now you say over a decade. I saw your pictures, Il Deuce. You don't look like you. No.
Those still good Southern names, man.
Right.
I started young.
You started young.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of your project?
The Grind of a Lifetime.
The Grind of a Lifetime.
The Goal for short.
The Goal.
G-O-A-L. Yeah.
Now, tell me about your name. Where's your name come from?
Deuce, it's Italian and it means the leader. It's something that I picked up in high school. I just came across and then I felt like it was fitting, and it just stuck with me.
Now, when I first saw the spelling of your name, I thought French. I thought a French latte. That's what to be honest,
That's
that's what No, I'm just saying that's what it. Right. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this right here, you know. But then when I talked to your people and they told me how it's, I was like, okay, I got it. But now, so whenever I see it, I just think, you know, the little cup, the little white teacup with the, you know, I get whatever, all that. But now let me ask you this: who is your musical inspiration, Ildus? What inspired what inspired you to start rapping?
Well, I would say Tupac, absolutely, and a lot of Louisiana music. You know, Hot Boys, No Limit,
Go ahead.
Cash Money, that whole little movement. You know, one of my favorite groups also is the Outkast. You know, so you know, those are my main influences, and I'm just influenced by good music in general.
Now, what is the hardest part about being in this industry?
The hardest part. I mean, I felt like I may have had, you know, a better answer for that earlier in my career. You know, I might have said, you know, just the roadblocks and the obstacles and things of that nature, you know, but I'm in a different place now, and I'm really just like, creatively, I'm expressing myself and being very transparent and rapping from my heart. You know, and I'm creating my own plays. You know, I'm putting my own situations together, traveling around the country and just going after it on my own. You know, so like I'm creating my own dream pretty much, you know, and I'm not waiting for anything to be handed to me. So it's like, you know, no matter what happens, if I do run into an obstacle or a naysayer or anything like that, it's just like I'm still pushing on my own, you know, and putting my own stuff together. So I'm not dependent on anybody. So it's like I really, I don't really have anything that's, you know, hard to it about.
So now, how can we pick up your project?
It's gonna be available on all streaming sites. You know, Tidal, iTunes, everywhere, Spotify. It's gonna be on all the streaming sites, and you know, on my website, it's ildus.com. You know, it'll be everywhere you can stream music.
Okay, cool. Now tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. Do you have any upcoming shows, first of all, coming up in the Louisiana area, or where are you currently going to be performing?
Well, I recently did one in Baton Rouge on the end of last month. I have one actually tomorrow in Atlanta. You know, and I have a few things on the calendar, but you can find out all my show dates on my website. It's ildus.com. That's ITVILDUCE.com. And yeah, I hope to get back up to Chicago soon.
Okay, well, we definitely got to connect. We definitely got to connect. Well, I want to thank you so much for calling in. I thank you so much for supporting the J Spot. I see you after last week. You was cutting up on his Facebook news feed. So I want to thank you so much for supporting us. We'll definitely have all your information posted up on our page on the J Spot. Also on Twitter at J Spot, and also on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it, Ildus.
Appreciate y'all. And I want to say one thing before I go.
Go ahead.
I saw y'all say a wet dream is cheating. I disagree.
Listen, don't make me come down there.
I completely disagree, man.
Why do you disagree?
If you had a wet dream, right? And it was not about your current girlfriend, it was about someone else. Would you wake up and tell your girl, you know, that I had a wet dream, but it was about so and so and so and so?
I mean,
yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Would you?
No.
Okay, well, why not? Because you feel guilty, and in that guilt, you feel like you've cheated on her.
The question is, who is going to ask, babe, what'd you dream about?
Right, who's going to tell? I wouldn't tell. I don't know.
You're going to be smiling. You're going to be like, and she's going to be looking at you like, why are you smiling so hard? What you dreaming about, baby? And then you're going to feel guilty because you know.
That's not true, because if you have a wet dream, you're going to wake up, and if somebody else is in your bed, you're going to get some. We ain't got to talk.
See, Ildus, you done walked up into this one right here. But thank you so much. And please stay tuned for our topic tonight, relationship expectations. So you all, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into it. Thank you so much. You were listening to Ildus Winning. Thank you so much. This is the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station.
Why would I be in a relationship?
I think what your dreams are is your dreams. I mean,
Girl,
what
you
happens?
gotta wake up, 'cause you know you ain't supposed to be here. Gotta wake up, 'cause if she finds you, I can't explain it. I put you in a bad situation, but in her eyes it won't look that way. So you just gotta go now. I know I just let you down. I've been doing wrong for too damn long. That I lost track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. 'Cause girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on. So I gotta tell you, please be gone, baby, please. I didn't mean to lead you on, but I gotta tell you, please be gone. It's so dangerous, 'cause I know that she would go crazy. It's so dangerous. If she catches going half on the baby, she won't understand how hard we from just one cut from your hand, girl. Now you're standing here naked while my leg keeps shaking, 'cause I don't want you to go. I've been doing wrong for too damn long, that I lost the track of time. I knew what I was doing. Cause girl, you blew my mind. Yeah. I didn't mean to lead you on. So I gotta tell you, please be gone. I didn't mean to lead you on. Be gone. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I don't want you to go, baby. Don't leave, don't leave. But you're not supposed to be here. I just want you to know, baby. So let me make it clear. Girl, I've never done this before. In fact, you are the only one. I know you think it's on purpose, but it's not, girl. You're just worth it. I've been doing wrong for too damn long, that I lost the track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. Girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on. I gotta tell you, I didn't mean to lead you on. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I've been doing wrong for too damn long, that I lost the track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. 'Cause girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on. So I gotta tell you, please be gone. I didn't mean to lead you on, but I gotta tell you, please be gone.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Sizzling Simply E, the naughty librarian.
Yes, baby.
How you doing?
Needing some.
She needs some orange juice, you all. Sitting next to Sizzling Simply E, we have my other co-host, my other partner in crime. We have Pretty Precious Bonner. Hey, Precious.
Hey, Jay. Hey, everybody.
Now, the three of us are affectionately known as Three the Hard Way. And tonight, you really are getting it the hard way tonight. So we really set it up to that name tonight. And next to Pretty Precious. See, that's because she showed me that picture.
I'm saying, man, look.
And I'm still trying to get my... I'm trying to get my mind
I just
right.
put it as my wallpaper because I ain't got to worry about it.
Right, but that was some unexpected. Oh, I need a nurse. Sitting next to Pretty Precious Bonner, we have huggable, handsome, smelling good, Alvin Lay. Hey, Alvin.
Mr. Cuddle Buddy himself. What's
Oh,
happening?
yes. You know what? Now, we needed some cuddling last weekend with all that snow. Oh, my God.
Baby.
Okay, so I know that if we have all these babies coming, when was 9 months from now?
November.
I almost had a
November?
boyfriend, man.
Yeah,
Like, we
know.
I got
November.
hungry.
That the blizzard of 2018, y'all
know
done
what
got
happened.
caught up. Y'all should have handled that a little bit better. But sitting next to huggable, handsome Alvin Lay, we have DJ Kenny G. How you doing, DJ Kenny G?
I'm good this evening. How are you?
Good. Now let's get right into it. Relationship expectations. At what point in the relationship do you express what your expectations are? Let's start with you, DJ Kenny G. We like to start with the guest first.
Put me on the spot.
When do you let them know what you expecting?
Well, you know what? It just depends on the situation. I mean, if you have expectations about a young lady that you just met and you kind of seen her around the way, or you might have, she might be a coworker or somebody you've been knowing for a long time, you kind of want to take your time and, maybe go out and get a bite to eat and kind of, shoot the breeze. As far as expectations, unless you're looking to be in a committed relationship, then you ask those kind of questions. But if you're just out having a good time, I don't think there's no expectations.
What about you, Alvin? At what point do you express what your expectations are in the relationship? You're in a relationship, so at what point do you express it?
I'm trying to think if I ever have.
Oh, deny.
No, not deny. I'm gonna take a person as they are, type of person. So who you are is who I'm going to attempt to deal with. Now, if you crazy, I'm like, all right, hold on, pause, timeout, flag on the play. You need to go sit your behind in the corner before it's a problem. But outside of that, it's one of those things, And I'm the type of person, I see you before you deliver yourself to me. I can see who and how you really are. And so I kind of know what it is I'm getting into. So I never have that session of, okay, this is what I expect out of this relationship or I expect out of you. So I don't think I've ever had that conversation.
Okay. What about you, Precious?
Right away. I ain't got time. Before I even decide I actually want a relationship with you, you know what I'm on. I believe in extreme clarity. I do believe in clarity.
What about you, E? At what point?
At what point do I express what I want and everything? I do tell them in the beginning. I don't like to waste my time and everything, or let you think, no, sweet. You ask some guys who's on POF, and like she tell you right in the get go, this is what she want. I am, because I don't want to waste my time with you. And if I feel that, we may be better off as friends, I'll tell you that as well. Now I've had guys that don't like that, but it is what it is. What about you, Jay?
I'm with Precious. I'm right away. Like, I'm gonna let you know what it is that I want, because I don't believe in wasting time. Like, I'm like, it may not. Here's the thing: when I'm talking, this may not apply directly towards you, so to speak, as far as the person that I might be in the relationship with, but what I expect from any relationship that I'm in, this is what my expectations are. So it's just certain things that I expect. It doesn't matter who I'm with.
Right.
I expect certain things. Like, I expect us to vibe. I expect to have, loyal. I expect you to be loyal. I expect to have fun. I expect to have lots of hot, delicious
coffee.
Right.
Coffee. Ain't talking about nothing.
I expect.
But it look like I'm
that.
not even mad. Like, I expect coffee.
And I expect loyalty. That's the number one thing. I need to be able to trust you out in these streets. That's the bottom line. I need to be able to trust you in these streets. So it doesn't matter who I'm with. Those expectations follow me across the board.
Well, see, I feel like loyalty and being able to trust that person, that's like an expectation. I expect loyalty from a friend. I expect loyalty from E.
I don't even know you.
You know what this?
Right, but here's the thing. It's still, you're expecting that. So those are just some things for me that don't change. It doesn't matter who the person is. Those are just some things that I'm going to expect off jump. You barking up Jay's tree, that's what I'm expecting. And if you're not ready, to do that, then I get that as well. Just sniff somewhere else.
When you gonna let them sniff? They're ready, Jay.
Let's take a little bit more.
You know, one of my favorite memes is the one. It's Jay-Z and Beyonce, which is very, very ironic, but it's Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it's don't get mad when you see me doing the things with somebody else that I was trying to do with you.
That is true. That is so
Hey,
true.
you didn't want that. Stay in your lane. You don't have a right to have an opinion, so shut up.
Now, with that, do some people go into relationships with unrealistic expectations?
All the time.
What do you think, DJ Kenny G? Do some people go into relationships with unrealistic expectations?
Wow. I think so. Sometimes it just depends on how realistic, like you said, the expectations can be pretty high, depending on what your standard is, how you're already living, what you expect out of that person that you probably got an eye on. So it just depends.
Now, Alvin, for you, name some unrealistic, because you're pretty good at pinpointing things like this. Name some unrealistic expectations that some women have.
Commitment, loyalty.
What?
How we gonna do all that when we just meet each other?
No,
you're in a relationship.
Commitment, loyalty.
And those are unrealistic expectations.
Not in a relationship.
They prove themselves all the time.
Okay. DJ Kenny G, name some. I gotta,
you gotta process that one. Let it roll.
Women expect a man who is never committed to anything but himself in his life
to
commit to them. They never even ask the question.
Well, that's a good point.
You were saying, sir?
Like that was deep.
So now you say they've never asked what question, Alvin? Are you capable of being faithful? Are you capable of committing? Are those the questions that
what is commitment?
We're together. We are bonded to each other. We are.
No, I'm saying the question. What is commitment? In your thought process, what is commitment?
And you
when
know
you're
what?
Sitting across from another person, what is the definition of commitment to you?
And my definition, and I'm so glad that you asked that, because some people skate around what it is. So that's why it's very important to be clear on what it is that you want and what it is that you're
that question.
So my expectation of commitment is we're together. I got you, you got me, no matter what, no matter who, no matter how, we there. If I call and say, okay, you know what, I ain't got no coffee cream, just go ahead. I know that you committed enough to this relationship because you want to sleep peacefully at night, that you're going to stop, get that coffee cream, bring it on home, have my coffee the way I like it, and everything going to work out. I know that's me and you. We got that. We committed.
She's gonna be committed. We're gonna be committed.
Right. All the way committed in her own little special room.
I'm sitting. Because of whatever it is I want from you, being a man across the table from you when we're having that discussion. When you say this, I'm sitting there.
Mm-hmm. You're going to agree.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really going on in your mind?
I'm completely blank. My ears are shut off. I'm sitting there across from you. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want. Because as a man, sitting across from the woman that he wants to be with, regardless of who he really is before that encounter, I want to give you everything under the sun. Whatever you say you want, whatever you say you need, I'm only going to say yes to, because I'm going to do everything in my power to give it to you.
Until you get it.
Sans who I am.
That's the same thing Antonio holds.
Until he get it. And then
dude's name is Antonio Holds.
Hey, Antonio.
Well, at least you know what you are.
But his thing, he says
it's not even about being an opportunist, though. It's not even about being an opportunist. It's about who I as a man think I am, because of what society puts on me as being a man, having to do and being a provider. Yeah, okay.
That's what he says. He says a lot goes and end with unrealistic expectations, marriage goals in first month, potential step parent, but don't even know their middle name. And that's true. You do have women and men. I mean, let's be real. We all do this. More so, I think women do it than men. Because we're used to, we've been fed this fairy tale dream all of our lives. We've been fed this Snow White meets, the prince routine, and she's getting taken care of by this prince routine all our lives, whatever. So when we do meet these guys, they come to us, my mind is going to be like, okay, I want you to be committed to me. I'm the only one for you. Eventually, I done already played out your job, your career, how much you make. If you got a good dental plan, teeth are important. and you know, and our future together. And then I've learned over time that I need to slow that down. But you have so many young women and teenagers who don't, and teeny boppers do this all day long. Boys do this too all day long.
I think that, I mean, when you're young, you know, that's your own tomfoolery. That's your silliness that you choose to entertain, and that's fine because you're young. I think that, again, I know myself. It takes me forever to get to that place. Because I know myself, I don't develop an interest in a lot of people, period. Like, I don't care who you are. So I don't just instantly see someone and be like, okay, we're going to be together. No. To me, that's a childish way of thinking.
I was shocked when she shot me down.
Name some unrealistic expectations that some men have from women in relationships.
Getting some head the first night.
Getting some head without giving some head.
You think that, you know, we really want to do that, or I'm told you're gonna get the best 2 seconds of your life with me. That's all I'm gonna give you.
You ain't getting 8 seconds until I get mine and tacos.
But the real seriously,
I'm not playing.
Seriously, unrealistic expectations that men expect. They expect you to cook for them, and they've not even gotten to know you or anything else. They expect you to do these wifely duties, but they're not doing these husbandly duties. They're not giving you.
They expect you to be faithful to them, and they out hoeing.
Yes.
Well, see, that's in the Bible. So.
No.
DJ Kenny was about to say something.
Go ahead, DJ Kenny.
I got good eyes. I got 4. I got 2 on you.
Wow.
2 on this 3 right here.
That's kind of hard. You know, I think it just depends. If you in the marriage, once you married, then the expectations kind of change because now you're officially husband and wife. But when you're dating, a lot of things you can't, like for us, for a woman, some guys, well, I don't do that anymore, but some guys used to, even me, used to think that if I'm going to be with somebody, if she's not a freak before I met her, she's not going to be a freak after. So I didn't make sex my number one priority when it comes to being in a relationship, even though, you know, you can have a lot of other good qualities, but sometimes if you put sex at the top of the list, because all of us have flaws. Ain't no such thing as Mr. or Mrs. Right.
I am.
It don't exist. So there's going to be something between that guy and that woman. It's going to be lacking. It's just not perfect. It's just no way.
You know, I had this conversation with my brother today, actually, and it was that people have a really unrealistic expectation that one person is going to be their everything. That's unrealistic.
That's unrealistic.
You cannot expect to get everything that you need from one person.
Okay, well, I guess I'm unrealistic because I believe that one person will be able to give me at least 85% of the things that I need.
But that's not 100% though.
The other 15, but it's 100% of what I totally need. So what I need, I expect to be able to get all of that from you, because if you go into a relationship thinking like that, then it's just like, okay, you will always feel like, okay, it's something else. Something will always be missing. You'll always be looking for something else because you're going into it thinking, okay, well, I already know he's not gonna be able to give me everything I need. I already know she's not gonna. Why am I with you? If you can't give me what I need,
but here's
why do I need to be with you?
It's not a matter of that person not giving you what you need. They can't give you everything.
You can't give me everything.
Everything I need. I don't need to be with you.
Everything that you need, because one, you know, that's where you have conversation and communication at. Because one, I have to know what it is that you need. And then you need to know yourself to know what it is that you're lacking. So if you communicate that with me, then I can be that for you and you can be that for me. I'm going to need
my husband. But your guy can't communicate with you because he can't even tell you what he had a wet dream about.
My man.
Won't he do it?
He's invisible. My man is invisible. But if he can tell me, I mean, I'm a little freaky. So if he can tell me, babe, you know what? I had a wet dream about so-and-so, because I'm going to be bogus and say, you know what? I was dreaming about your brother the other day too. So we even.
How you freaky, but you don't give but 2 seconds ahead?
That's all you going to get.
So wait, do we really know what we expect though?
What I said.
Do we really know what we expect?
You do know what you expect, but you have to be honest with yourself. If you are not honest with yourself, then no, you don't want to tell them what it is that you really expect, because you're afraid that they're not going to take that, or you're going to be by yourself, because you have so many people, men and women, that are afraid of being by themselves, whatever. So they're going to give them part or give them what they think sounds good. And then that's that.
So what kind of expectations can run a person off? be it man or woman, what kind of things do people typically expect in relationships that may run some people off?
Being clingy,
Jesus.
being sensitive.
It's not expectation. No, whose expectation is clingy?
So the thing is they don't think they're clingy, but they are. They expect
But
all
that's
of
not
your
the question,
time. The question was, what is an expectation that will run you off? So if you expect me to be that person, like, oh my gosh, hey babe, I need you. I need you. What are you doing? No,
So
I'm not going.
Being needy in that area?
Yeah, I'm not going.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
clingy.
I think a lot of things that run a lot of men off, and I know it's run me off in the past, is that when you being compared to someone that they were with before you came along, or they comparing you to somebody that's a celebrity, thinking that why you can't be like him, or why you can't act like that, or why, that's a lot of things that when it comes to that kind of stands at the top as far as running men off, being compared to somebody else.
Compare you to a celebrity, that's when you know you got a nut.
Right. That's a crazy
because
person.
You need to let that person know that, baby, this is reality and that's fictional. That's television. That person acts like that because they're given a script, a role, or whatever to read and act this way. Now, if you want me to act like that, I can act like that. But the reality of it is that's not who I am.
Okay.
But you do have situations where a woman will come in a relationship and they have a picture of what a good relationship should be, not even knowing the full details of said relationship, where I want you to be like my parents. I want our relationship to be like my parents. And they don't know that, they daddy got a whole other family across town.
That's not for her to know, but all she sees is
the
example that her father was to her. So that's not it. My dad was like that.
That's a case of putting unrealistic expectations.
That's not unrealistic. That's not unrealistic. I mean, because my father literally, we was the other family on the other side of town. But my father was a great provider and he loved women. And I love my father. Do I want a man like my father? I want a man that has the qualities of providing like my father, to be real honest. I mean, he was a very honest person and he loved his family. So I want those qualities, of my father. Yes, I want that in the man that I want.
And that's fair. This is my thing. As a man, I know who I am before we got together. Mm-hmm. I know my history inside of relationships. So I got an idea of what I bring to a relationship as a man. I do not know who I am with you. So both of us are going into a relationship with a level of, we have expectations of ourselves and we can put our best foot forward in that relationship. But through circumstance, we do not know who we will become. And that's something that we'll meet going together.
Now we have Essence of Terror, TC on Facebook saying they want you to give 80 and they give 20. And then we have Antonio saying, gotta be loyal to an extent to show you worthy to take it further. And then we have Roy Reed, nobody will be able to live up to all of your expectations. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see that. But
this goes back to what I was saying. No such thing as Mr. or Mrs. Right.
But I disagree because I feel like the way you look, the outlook of a situation, that determines basically what you would get. So now when we're talking about expectations, what about what you financially expect in a relationship? Because a lot of people, that's like the last thing that people talk about. We done did the horizontal mumbo. Now we all Google ad, but everybody broke.
And that's the sad thing.
That's the thing that
it's easy to give yourself sexually, but it's not easy for you to tell me how much you make and for me to tell you how much I make.
Or what's your credit score?
That's crazy. It's easy for you to, go give your social and everything else to these employers who may not even give you the job, or this apartment that may not even give you that apartment. But it's not easy for you to give me, your coochie or your
right. So you expect me to sleep with you on the first night, but I can't ask you what your credit score was or when was the last time you checked your credit score. Now I'm getting too personal. But you want me to open the vault?
So here's the first date. Here's the thing for me. One,
and you don't want to tell me a 3-digit number?
It's gonna be a 3-digit number. 452.
Ain't going.
Right.
But you know what? I have found that for me, I don't like talking about money. I don't. and that is based on my experiences, my past dealing with people and money. I don't like talking about it. So I can be with you and be all the way goo goo gaga. And when we get to that point and we start talking about, oh, we're going to live together, woo doo woo. If we get to that point and we've had decent conversations or whatever, one, I'm not going to be with nobody that I got to question if we going to get this apartment. That's what's not going to happen.
But how would you know that if you never talked about it? Because the apartment could be in his mama name. Everything could be in somebody else's name. So if you ain't never talked about it, then, how would you know?
I feel like everything comes at its own pace.
Unless you snoop through their stuff, then you'll know. See, that's how you get it. You'll know
I mean,
for sure
things
that way,
come at
but-
their own pace, especially when it comes to financial stuff.
Let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
A woman interested in dating to secure a relationship that will proceed on to marriage, should she date a person that does not come to the table with certain levels of expectation and inquiries themselves?
I don't think that she should depend. Let me say this: it depends on that woman and what she brings to the table. Like if she's okay with him being okay with whatever it is, then I think
that speaks to me asking the question.
I think that match. But as for me, I can answer for myself. If me and just a regular 9-to-5 dude, like nothing else, you're not going after nothing else, probably not gonna work because.
But that's not the question. And I guess it kind of speaks to it. I know you know what you want in a relationship. Should you go enter into a relationship, you have expectations, correct?
Right.
Should you sit across from a person who does not have expectations?
Right, and that's where I was going with my answer. A regular 9-to-5 dude that's all he expects is that check every 2 weeks. No,
but I can respect that.
But I can't. I respect it, but I can't go further in that because it'll cause some conflicts because they won't understand the grind. Like they don't understand the extra stuff.
What do you mean by regular 9-to-5?
Like he just go to work. He doesn't have no hustle. All he does is he works for someone else, and that's it. He doesn't aspire to have anything else. He's comfortable with that 9-to-5, and that's that.
But what if that 9-to-5 pays him $250,000?
That's fine, but here's the thing. At some point, I want to do my own thing, and I'm not knocking that. But like I say, as far as for me, it's just a certain type of mindset that people that typically build and hustle for their own thing. It's a different type of mindset. So like he gets off of work now, he has all this time he can travel and this and that, but you can't travel because you have to work your job, but now you going over here to do this for your business. You going over here, so it creates a little.
You know what?
I've dated
unless he's
someone
taking you off your job, but
that had a regular 9-to-5 and stuff, and we got along great because I respected the fact that I knew exactly what he did with his money. He saved up his money. He bought a drink once out the month. The rest of his money went into his savings. His credit score was impeccable. It was 750 or something. I mean, and then he has 2 children. And he's looking for, now he's been at his job now, I want to say 10 years, and he's looking to purchase the building that he's living in and that he's been renting. So I can appreciate that all he wants is just that 9-to-5 and that's it. I'm okay with that because I know we've talked about what we wanted, futuristically or whatever. We've talked about that when we were in a relationship, and now we just talk about, what he wants and what he needs, as friends and stuff.
But at some point, it can definitely pose a problem because you're going to always be, not saying don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong. We got to eat. There's nothing wrong with having a really good job. What I'm saying is at some point, it could create a conflict because they want you to be home and chill. Okay, we finna Netflix and chill and out. I don't have time to do all that because I'm trying to do other stuff.
I'm a regular 9-to-5 kind of person. I believe in I love security. I love knowing that at the end of a week, XYZ amount is going to be in my bank account. I know that from this day to this day, I have health insurance. I know that my children have health insurance and I have life insurance and all this other type of stuff. Those are things that I need for myself mentally to be like, okay, now I will take a chance and do this. but again, that's what I need. I grew up with extreme financial security when it comes to the way my father was and the way my mother was. So in order for me to even feel like I can be with somebody, I have to have that sense of financial security within myself. With that being said, though, it's okay to deal with people who, you know, they're hustling and they're doing all this other stuff, and that's fine, because I absolutely respect your hustle. However, if I have to 100% depend on your hustle, we ain't going.
Okay, so now Antonio says you cannot ask someone how much money they make and what their credit score is. If they are potential, time will tell if the apartment is in his mother's name and other things he may have or be struggling with until we are exclusive for a few months. So does that mean that you can't get the cool cat until a few months? You can ask for the cool cat the first day, but she can't ask you for the credit score. I don't understand. I will never understand why are we so comfortable with talking about and doing sex, but you're not comfortable with talking about money. That's the first thing. Like, I like to get business out the way first. To me, that's business. Like, I don't want to go into a relationship making an emotional decision. Oh, you don't put it on me, so now I'm in love, so now I'm willing to do all this stuff and get all this stuff in my name because because we didn't do all of our.
But I think it depends on the woman, because I know myself. And again, I was raised as the only child. I cut your head off in a heartbeat. So I know myself. I ain't never had something so good that's gonna let me be like, that's okay, baby. I'm gonna get you a car in my name. Quit playing.
Precious, you wanna because trust me, they out there, and then you find out he in an accident and he gotta give the insurance and stuff information, and you see Latasha Griffin, and you like, wait, who is that? Then you find out all this stuff, but you've been hanging from chandeliers and doing all this other stuff, and he been lying.
No, I've had some good, and I'm sorry. When I engage into a relationship or if I'm about to start seeing a person, whatever, we discuss religion. We discuss, eating, what it is that we eat or whatever. We discuss finances and everything. And then if we discuss about a sexual conversation, it's going to be a moment after whatever, but we will get into that. But we are going to discuss. I'm not going to ask you your credit score because I'm not going to tell you mine.
So let me ask y'all this: is talking about credit and money, is that a turn off? When you're in a relationship, this ain't somebody that you just met. Is that a turn off? Talking about money.
Why they look at each other?
Okay?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You want me to answer?
You answer, now I go behind you.
Bad breath is a turn off.
I know that's right.
A woman you want to see naked, nothing she says out of her mouth is going to be a turn off. I don't. A bad attitude might be a turn off, but talking about money and things like that, it may be uncomfortable, but it's not going to turn you off.
Oh, we have Roy Reed asking, can he ask your number? What do you clarify that, Roy? Because I think I kind of thought, okay.
Can I ask your sex number, Roy?
You a couple shows back, baby. Go watch.
He said that he didn't want to because I don't want to be with a woman that's had more than 5 people.
Okay, I only had one.
Wait, what?
You better find you
I don't want a wife that has been with more than 5 people.
Okay.
So
I got this. Tell them the truth. I got this one for you guys. Okay, so Roy, baby, what I need you to do is I need you to go find you a nice little virgin who's like 2 and watch her grow up until she turns 18. Then marry her.
Been with 2
because
people.
That's unrealistic and that's also very not smart.
So we have
good luck with that.
Yakara saying, just for my clarification, when do you expect to get all of this information?
In the beginning.
Yakara, I'm getting it in the beginning because here's the thing: if I'm good enough for you to sleep with, why am I not good enough for you to divulge this information to? Because my body is more precious than your 3-digit number. You can take that and do whatever. It doesn't mean no never mind to me. Nothing gained, nothing lost by you telling me what your credit score is. But me sleeping with you and possibly getting pregnant or getting a disease, hey, and then you find out you can't take care of the little
See, you know what? It's really for me. It's different because I'm used to.
In here. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm used to dealing with guys that are very liquid, financially. So I mean, for me, I'm not a credit score asker. I don't ask for credit score.
I need to know.
However, because I've seen your business license and I know your business is in your name and so things like that. I don't.
Wait, radio is a fool. Radio says so. I expect you to take care of yourself hygienically, right? I hope so.
Because why would you want to sleep with somebody somebody who's hoo-ha ain't clean? I wouldn't.
Radio, we're gonna talk after this show.
But we have Tavia joining us. Thank you so much, Tavia. How you doing?
I'm good, love. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Yourself?
Do me a favor. Just quickly introduce yourself and tell everybody how they can get in contact with you.
Well, I'm Tavia Jordan with Bling 10. It's an acronym. It stands for Brides Leaving It in Good Hands and or Bosses Leaving It in Good Hands. And we have a website, which is blingten.com. And we service brides. We kind of stand in the gap. So what we do is what the bride needs to be done and she can't do it. And the coordinator's too busy with the wedding. That's where we come in. We fill in the gaps for brides, bosses, and now we have a product out, which is the Bling Box Blessings, and it's a subscription box that you can order, and it's just full of love. So real short, 708-654-0661 is our phone number, and Bling 10 is our web address. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll also have Tavia's information posted on our page, the J Spot, also on Twitter at J Spot, and also on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Tavia, you've been on sideline, but you've been on Facebook.
She's been right.
The number.
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to ask a credit score and ask about financials in the beginning of a relationship?
Well, how beginning are we talking? Like
before? I mean, as soon as
couple of dates or
first couple of dates before you
first 3 weeks. Say first 3 weeks
before your horizontal mumbo. I mean, which comes first? I'm like, listen, we talking about business before
chicken and egg.
That's true. Well, I think it depends on the type of relationship that you establish right off the top. If it's going to be the type, because there are all kinds of relationships, and if there's going to be a relationship where, really just kind of no strings attached, we're just kind of acquaintance with a couple benefits or whatever, we're seeing each other, I don't think that's really important. If you're talking about a future possibly with someone, you're dating with, intent, then I think it's very important that you ask those questions. Credit can be repaired, but I think communication is the key to every relationship, every type. And so if you communicate right up front, hey, I got bad credit, my credit's great, it's in between, then, you can kind of work that out.
You better not tell nobody you got good credit up front. I swear to you better not. No. Don't tell nobody you got good credit. Don't tell nobody how much money you make. Don't tell nobody how much money you got in your savings. Don't tell nobody that you got 3 bank accounts.
It's up to you. You can say that your credit score is blasé, skip it, whatever, but it's up to you now. If you tell this person that and you see that they're starting to hit you up on a loan, that's on you. You give that to them. So if you're a goofy, and you like to be, ducktails spinning all over the place, then be prepared on what you about to give, put yourself out there on,
But see, in here again, this is my thing. If it's the first 3 weeks or so, even a month into a relationship, I shouldn't have to deal with that.
But see, I guess what I don't get is how, just as society as a whole, how are we so comfortable with giving the most intimate part of ourselves, but we're so secretive and we hold that credit score, we hold that information for dear life, but yeah, we're so careless and free with our body.
You tell me your credit score, I might sell a bit.
But you know what? Again, I think for me, because of how my marriage went, I have to be practically ready to marry you to tell you.
What about you, DJ?
Where we at?
Kenny G. He's laughing.
Man, I think you have to wait a while. If you're going to get to know somebody first before you start going to that direction, when you're asking credit scores, how much money you make, for me, that would just turn me completely off. I don't even want to see you anymore after you start asking me those kind of questions, especially if it's only been maybe a week or two. I can see maybe we've been seeing each other for maybe a couple of months down the road. Then if we're getting serious, then I would bring it up, but not before.
So would you be turned off if she said, okay, we're going to wait a few months, for sex?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I've waited 6 months to a year dating somebody before I even had sex with them. So that was never a priority.
Okay, so now what do you expect sexually from somebody? When do you express that in a relationship? What your sexual expectations are? Because again, it's like people just catapult, we just jumping off into some stuff. They ain't told you, okay, well, you know what? Listen, I expect a threesome, because they pulling this stuff.
My sexual expectation is just a hard winky.
A hard average size week.
That's not much. It's not much. Is that much? Am I wrong?
Apparently.
You all expect to have a wet monkey. And then I expect to, a hard winky, not a sub hard, not a soft, not like this little microphone. And it looks like it's hard, but it's really soft. Like that.
You know what? I'm not. E is an exception, so we're gonna ignore her.
Fine.
When it comes to sexual expectations, unless you're into some real weird stuff, then I don't feel like that's something that you have to express.
But see, some people, you're weird, because we did a show on fetishes. Some people think that it's normal to be TT'd on, but
the heck you would.
But that's weird to you. But it's like,
but what? Here's the thing: people know when they weird sexually. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They think eating rectum is okay.
If I can't
groceries, they
if I can't go on my they know they're weird.
If they're into something that is
right. But I think that eating rectum is too much.
That's why when you get into, they have terms like vanilla. And
about these terms.
See what I'm saying? The fact that you know about this.
I had to be taught. I didn't know.
I understand. I'm right there with you.
I'm so sleep because for me, taking it back to the initial question, I think that right off the top, when you get together with someone, you're dating or whatever, you should really tell them right off the top what you're doing or what you're into or what you're not into sexually. I think that should, because if you're coming into something with someone and let's say you're celibate and they're ready to get it on, you want to establish that so that there's no friction, there's no, you have to.
I think if there's some extremes, then yes, you need to clear. Like before I even let you take me out, I'm celibate. Okay, cool, man. You don't even need to go out.
But why is that extreme? Now, what if I come in the room and I pop it out and he like, oh shoot? But to me, that's normal. I'm ready to screw you,
Again,
but to me, that's normal.
No, that's not normal. Being celibate is not normal. Only liking it in the butt is not normal.
But see, again, it depends on who you ask.
No.
Unless
you're an inmate, everybody else thinks that's not normal.
But you could be right, because the first thing you said was you got to let someone know if you're celibate.
Right.
I'm selling a bit.
In this day and age, when it comes to sex, if it's normal, it's not something you have to have a conversation about. It's expected.
Right.
Not necessarily.
And a person that's celibate, it's normal to them. So it's like, okay,
I think a norm is selective.
And it's not to say that it's not that being celibate is abnormal. It's just not commonplace.
Right. So if everyone is, I don't think everyone expects the same thing just because of the flow of what's happening in today's society. There's still some old schoolers out there, i.e. me.
Right.
So, if I choose to, then I think it's good to communicate about it so that there are no false expectations right off the top.
I think celibacy is one of those things where it's what do they call it? It's a double standard. As a woman, if you're celibate, you ain't got to say nothing. Who cares? If you're a man and you're celibate, you better say something.
Who though? But who do you have to say something to? Why?
Because I'm not finna keep going out with you.
Why?
Because I need to get some.
But if he wants to save himself, and
I'm gonna give him Jaye number.
He likes spending time with you. But he likes spending time with you, and he wants to be with you. And you should take that as an honor because he wants to give himself to you.
So if he's celibate, can I get some?
No, you in a
relationship, you gotta exercise some self-control.
Why? I didn't agree to be celibate.
When you agree to the relationship,
and that's why, as a man, you have to tell me up front before we even go out. But like, you know what? I think you cool and all, but I'm celibate. Oh, cool, good luck with that.
A bit.
But see, that goes back to again, like, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like certain things, like sexual practices, you may think it's totally normal that you don't need to communicate that to anyone. But you know, when you get to that point, it's like, dig, we 6 months down the line and we ain't did nothing. Why we ain't did? Okay, because I'm celibate. Hello, you ain't know.
Go 6 months and not notice they ain't got none.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, please, 6 months. What kind of time is 6 months?
I know if I ain't got none in 6 days. Look,
6 months. So
I know when it's been 6 days and I ain't got some.
but again, okay, so in 6 days, how much information are you comfortable with asking a person in 6 days? So
I'm
like,
not going to ask you much in 6 days, but you know, in 30 days, trust and believe. Like I've always said, I have already ran your credit score. I've already ran your background check.
I think
30
too much information right up top is a turnoff.
Mm.
I think that, you know, too much information, like the whole drill of the question.
Mhm.
Okay, how many kids you got? Have you been married? What's your bank account look like? What's your credit score? That's kind of a turnoff. I think just kind of
gotta let it flow.
into things and let it flow just a little bit, at least the first week.
But we're talking about inside of a relationship.
the relationship,
thing
right?
that
It's
we-
not dating.
Okay,
This
well,
real
like
relationship.
dating and just
Days.
getting to know someone.
This in a
That's
relationship.
different. But if
Yeah.
if you're entertaining going into a relationship,
Absolutely.
at what point in time is it okay to ask, okay, since we're going to be commingling in this manner, when can we start discussing this?
I think that's if you all decide that, you know, you do want to go towards a marriage or
Yeah.
something. If you all are just dating, just to be dating, you just want to date each other.
But what type of dating? Because if you're dating exclusively and it's one-on-one, that's kind of like, that's a full-fledged relationship and you're in it. But so if you're being exclusive and you're being faithful, it's a committed relationship.
But you know
So I
what?
think for the sake of that, you really should communicate that, hey, I do it, I don't do it. This is what's going on with me, because it's headed towards something more serious, I would think.
I used to think that. Quite frankly, I used to think that, you know, if we're dating and you're not dating anybody else and I'm not dating anybody else, then we're in a relationship. No, you are not in a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
As
that's because
stupid
of
as it
communication.
sounds, as
Because
stupid as it
relationships out
sounds,
here.
yeah, you have to have that conversation.
One way, but
You
all
have to
not-
sit there and you have to say, hey, I ain't smashing nobody else. You smashing somebody else. Cool. We're going to be together or what? Y'all have to have that
Yeah.
conversation.
See,
like,
I'm
it's
in
the
a
stupidest
relationship.
shit
What
in
about the
world.
nonverbal cues?
No, I ain't
That's
playing that
what happened
game.
in a
No, I
relationship.
played myself before. It'll never
Yeah,
happen
because you
again.
look like a
It
fool
is-
when you think that this is your
No.
guy or this is your girl, and y'all have not communicated that y'all exclusive with one another. But you know you haven't been with no one else,
That's true.
and you think that he hasn't either because he's told you I've not been with no one else, but he's never claimed to be exclusively to
Yeah.
you. Now you look like you got egg on your face.
You look like a goofy. Real talk. So I'm not going.
Yeah.
What
Or
would you-
I mean, okay, so you do discuss it, and they say whatever they agree to it or whatever, just so that they can continue to, you know. Let's be real. It's all about sex, okay?
But
so we
here's-
just keep on just jugging and jugging. I can keep on, and I'm gonna keep telling you whatever you want to hear.
But see, that's
so I can
different.
keep getting
So you
whatever
gonna
I
be
want to
leading
get.
them on.
Right. In case
I
you're
ain't going.
leading,
I'm
if a
You're
guy,
leading a monkey, but you
I'm
lead
sure
them on
I
to
ain't.
get
No, I'm
whatever.
not.
it
Here's
is
the thing,
that
So
though.
let's do this.
What's
If you were the guy and he can give you pretty much anything that you want, go anywhere, you know, eat anything, and see the world, but he can't satisfy you sexually, would you stay with him?
no,
No.
no. I feel like the what's the dude name on
Y'all
the
did the
meme?
show already?
Nope, nope, ain't nope.
You know, I
No.
got a good imagination. I have a vivid man.
But that's what I'm
I-
saying. When it goes back to the such things being Mr. or Mrs. Right, there's gonna always be something that's gonna be lacking.
It
I
ain't
don't
gonna
care
be
what.
sex.
You know what?
That's
On
what
that
it ain't
one-
gonna
I can say single.
You know
I'm
what?
good.
No,
I can
if
ride that
he's
one out. I'm good.
If he's giving me
Ain't no
everything
bad
that I want financially, and I'm gonna be real on this, if he's giving me everything I want financially, he's just not he's not satisfying me sexually. And will I stay? Honestly, I will stay because I have a vivid imagination.
You know
I
what? I
can
got
make
a
it
guy
work.
who's
I don't
phone
see
number. I'm
that.
gonna give you.
I'll stay with you.
somewhere,
I'll talk about you.
somewhere down the line, you're
I'm-
gonna get tired of
Let
that.
me tell
Trust, I'm gonna stay with you, and I'm gonna be faithful.
When I
But in my mind, when I'm on top of you or whatever,
what you
So you
Trust.
cheating, but
it up in my
So
wet
you
dream.
fantasize
But again,
about him
cheating
being
with-
somebody else?
You're
in my
cheating.
mind, it's gonna be a whole crew of people going on in that mind when we're together. I'm
So you
being real.
fantasizing about him being somebody
I'm
else?
gonna be
she cheating.
I'm
That's how
fantasizing
you're
that, no, I'm gonna be
cheating
fantasizing that you're in the room with me. but it's going to be some other people in that room with me too while we're getting it on. I'm telling you the truth.
But that you said that was
I'm
cheating.
going to be cheated in my mind.
Wait,
Yes.
hold on. So
Yes.
as long as my wet dream includes you, I can have anybody else
You
in
can
it. I'm
knock
on.
yourself out, baby.
Oh, cool then.
We can have a threesome wet dream all day long.
Oh, wow.
You know, I
But,
like
you know,
grown men, so that's too much.
But I'm just being real, you know. If you can take care of everything else, then I can because I've had terrible, you know, nookie, and then they finances was crap. So if I can deal with that crap, then surely I can deal with you taking care of everything else financially. You meet my need, everything else. We're spiritually connected. We can communicate. You already know that is terrible in bed. I've already told this to you, but I can work with you because, like I said, I'm going to get to my
What if he
I
has
don't
terrible
know.
head too?
I can teach you.
No,
if you give me the finances,
no.
baby. If
What
you
if-
give me the finances, if the finances are taken care of, and I don't have to worry about if the lights get turned off tomorrow. If I know that when I turn my car, it's going to go ring.
Let me say
I
this. So long as I'm a lie and I am
can tell
mobile,
you, don't give me no head, baby. Don't do that. Just kiss her.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
kiss
Oh,
her.
God.
I have
Okay.
had
So we
untrainable
have to
participants.
wrap up. I'm so sorry. We have to wrap up. Oh my God. This is okay. We're gonna have to continue this another time because it's like so much, you know, that we didn't even get a chance to cover. But you know, I want to thank you so much. Thank you, DJ Kenny G. Thank you so much, Tavia, for
Thanks for
joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alvin. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, E. You have
Thank
been
you,
listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. Good night,
Good
Issa.
night.
Good night.
Good night, Antonio Hoes and
Thank you
Kenny
so
DJ.
much, everybody. Thank you so much.
Get on out the way. You know I can't.
Oh, my bad.
Stuff.
I got you.
Oh my goodness, that was so. You guys gotta have me back.
Yeah.